Start of the end of the world, but it's feeling just like every other morning before. Now I wonder what my life is gonna mean if it's gone. The cars are moving like a half a mile an hour, and I started staring at the passengers and waving goodbye. Can you tell me what was ever really special about me all this time? But I believe the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. Well, I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. I think it turned 10 o'clock, but I don't really know. And I can't remember caring for an hour or so. Started crying and I couldn't stop myself. I started running, but there's nowhere to run to. I sat down on the street, took a look at myself. Said, where you going, man? You know the world is headed for hell. Say your goodbyes if you got someone you can say goodbye to. I believe the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come right now. Let's see how far we've come. I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we've come. Okay. Let's see how far we've come.
I was driving along the streets of Stoughton one bright and sunny day when I noticed the most peculiar object outside. I stopped with a sudden jerk and dashed towards the peculiar object. When I got to the peculiar object, I noticed that it was not a peculiar object at all, but rather a bug. But not just any old bug, but an insect. Many may ask, how did you know it was an insect? But then I may respond with a chuckle, for that is a very silly question indeed. For I knew it was an insect by its 3 pairs of legs. That is 6 for you who didn't know. And 3 body parts. Again, for you who didn't know, they are the head, thorax, and abdomen. This was a jolly good discovery for me, being an entomologist and all. I stared at the insect, for a while curiously, while stroking my superb mustache under the hot, scorching sun. I noticed that a glistening liquid was oozing out of its limbs. I, being a well-trained entomologist, decided to touch the ooey-gooey liquid. Bloody muffins! Soon after touching it, I found out that the oozing liquid hurt quite fiercely. In fact, it actually felt like my finger was on fire. After I recovered from the excruciating pain, I concluded that the ooey-gooey stuff must be its form of self-defense against predators. When I looked at the new insect once more, I noticed that it was actually quite a majestic insect. Its body was a beautiful fluorescent color with bright green wings, and of course it had 6 red licorice-colored legs, which I still couldn't explain why they were red. There was also 2 pink eyes that kept looking straight at me. So being as clever as I am, I decided to have a staring contest with the little fellow. After an hour or more of keeping my eyes open, I concluded that this insect does not blink. After a while, this new insect started to move, so as curious as I am, I followed closely behind it. It led me to a body of water, where it surprised me by walking on it. I was utterly amazed, but then I saw the hairs on its legs were the things keeping it afloat. Why, right then I wondered what this insect used its bright green wings for. And right when I was going to ask myself out loud, what does it use its wings for, the insect leaped into the air and slowly glided its way away from the water. Again I was shocked. Yet during its entire flight, not once did it flap its wings. So from that evidence, I decided that this insect was a glider. Now that I had all the general information done, it was time for the crucial part, the name. I was almost positive that I wouldn't be able to do this on my own, so I decided to call up my assistant. She came as quick as she could, and we soon started off the process. After much examination and discussion, we decided on a name that fitted actually quite well. During the examination, we decided that this insect looked like a poorly made science project thrown together quickly by overusing a hot glue gun. So we decided to call this new insect the hot glue bug. I took a few more pictures and then got back into my car. This was another successful day in the life of an entomologist.
Bugs crawl into my shoes, they try to eat my clothes. I hope a little bug doesn't crawl into my nose. Creepy, crawly, slimy, gushy in the dark, cool place. And it's kinda gross when a little bug goes splat right in your face.